David?
Sorry. Have you added any other players to the COVID list today?
We will not be adding anybody. We do have one player in a retest situation, so I don't have the results yet. So right now there's nothing officially to report.
And as far as the 5 who were on it as of yesterday, do you have any indication how many of those are in the 5-day window? There was just a close contact and they could be back sooner than possibly the others?
Yeah, there's other variables involved in that too. So two of the 5 are in that situation.
2 of the 5. Okay.
Virtual meetings continue today, or are you back in person?
No, we're back in person. We just actually adjusted our meeting spaces just to make sure we have the social distancing intact. So canceled the team meeting, split up the special teams into 2 segments out on the Ford Center, moved the O-line into the team meeting room. So just make sure we have everybody spaced out properly.
Is that pretty similar to what the layout was last season, or did it look?
Not really. We had the team meeting in the Ford Center, so that was a magnificent space, and had both concourse ends that were used for the O-line and the D-line, and then even in the spring we used the concourse space for the whole defense. So we've done different. We're fortunate. We have a lot of space.
Because you went through this last year, is it a little easier to do this little transition over the last couple of days?
Yeah, it is easier because we have the experience. I mean, I thought our video staff did a great job adjusting. So we made a last-minute decision this morning. So yeah, it was definitely easier.
Will Dan will you still have like a defensive team meeting and Dan will do that virtually, or will you break
we did it we did it internally. Dan was he was on the meeting virtually, but Joe Wood handled the initial beginning of the meeting, and so today is our focus is more on review. Obviously we didn't play very well against Houston, had way too many mental errors, so this is more of an install review, still trying to get some things cleaned up as this is our last shot today and tomorrow before we go into the Jacksonville prep at the end of the week.
Are the guys that aren't in the close contact situation, are they symptomatic?
No, I don't. I can't tell you all that. I think the players are doing fine.
Greg Zuerlein, John Fossil expressed optimism that he might be able to kick on Sunday. Is that your expectation?
That's our initial outlook going into the week. So we'll see how this we'll see how it goes throughout the week. But it'd be good if Greg was able to kick Sunday.
Are you bringing him up today, tomorrow, next couple of days?
If he's going to kick Sunday, we'll probably have to bring him up. Yeah.
Well, no,
we're working towards that. Okay. So yeah, working towards it.
Have you made your roster decision too on that, or would that be after? You have to make at least one.
Yeah, but based on this retest, we may not have to make any today. So that's kind of, we're in flux right now.
Well, Coach, when you're evaluating players at the end in the preseason for roster spots, how much do you weigh preseason games versus the whole body work practice? A little heavier than?
Oh, I think you have to evaluate live action. It definitely has a lot to do with it. So, it's the whole. It starts in April, and just how they play together. We're just giving an example to prior seasons. This I would say this is a very disjointed season for the offense. We haven't had a lot of reps where everybody's played together, and we haven't had any reps in a preseason game where the first group has played together. So you work that the best you can. You evaluate it. Defensively is, I think, part of the reason we feel so good about the path that we're on is these guys have been able to play together each week. So for the most part, the preseason games definitely play a much higher role, but I'd say they play a much higher role in the evaluation with the younger players because obviously you have history with your older players.
You say you're looking to clean up a lot, especially offensively. Mm-hmm. How do you balance the fact that, well, this isn't a true read of where we'll be offensively because we have so many key players out? How do you balance all that?
Well, there's a projection. There's a projection component, and then there's the reality of of what it looks like when everybody lines up together. So We just, this is a different training camp, and for me personally, I mean, you have to shift a lot of gears. You're in California, then you come back here, and then we're trying to get into the heat. This will be our first day in the heat. You had the night practice last week. You had the indoor practices last week. So I've always tried to make sure you're able to clean up the install area, which this will be our second practice with that, and then we'll have some preliminary things that'll be slid in there for Tampa Bay. And like tomorrow, we'll work our first in-season Wednesday schedule, so everybody has a clear idea what the meetings look like, what the practice looks like. And then we'll get another rep at the Thursday practice, and then another rep at the Saturday practice at the end of the week. So, in normal years, you'd like to have one full week of just the in-season schedule, but our preseason schedule didn't really dictate that because we play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I mean, it's just trying to get the team into a rhythm and a regularity. And oh yeah, by the way, we have a COVID situation the last 2 days. So I mean, we just keep working through it.
We got to see a lot of how players develop, but in your decade plus of working with Joe Witt, what have you seen from his development?
Joe's an accomplished football coach. So yeah, he's. I've watched him grow from quality control all the way up to pass pass game coordinator. So this is a good opportunity for him in small doses. But at the end of the day, it's about moving the team forward, moving the defense forward, and we have a plan. I mean, this was scheduled out ahead of time. The type of practice that we're having. So just as he's keeping us on script.
So what exactly are his responsibilities in terms of how they evolved now that Dan is not able to be at practice? Really just keeping us on script. I mean, we haven't had to go have a job responsibility review or anything like that. I mean, it's we've had this schedule is set and just really probably the biggest adjustment for Joe and everybody has been moving the classrooms. Just make sure that the classrooms are situated the right way.
Micah is someone who's gotten a lot of snaps for you in the preseason so far. He's going to have a big role for you. Would he play in this final preseason game?
Who was the name?
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
But that's a young player. You look at that as well.
Would look at all the snaps. I mean, that's we spent a bunch of time, spent a long period of time yesterday in personnel meetings. So the number of snaps, I think this last preseason game is really for the younger players. This is about roster development. That's the way I've always handled the last game. This is the last chance to really find out about the guys that are competing. So, and we're talking about all 69 spots.
Mike, you talked about Cooper Rush's opportunity this week. What do you most want to see from him in practice today?
Well, I just want to see him, be consistent, and it's a little bit of a moving target today because they've had the meetings, but it's a review practice, so they're not really settled into a game plan, and the defense is in the same mode too. So just look for him to have a good day today.
Well, apologies if you said this already. Will Dan be able to watch the practice live virtually? Do y'all have it set up like that?
I'm not. If we do, I'm not aware. I'm sure Hard Knocks will help us out if we.
This scenario of having to be without a play caller or something you guys had to react to very quickly on Saturday. Do you have a plan already in place should regular season come? And forgive me for the hypothetical, but if, say, Kellen is unavailable, do you have protocols in place of do we do that and you prep accordingly for that situation? Well,
we won't practice it. I mean, this is something that I think everybody had to establish last year. So we'll have a plan, and I think going off of this past week is a good test run to just see the thing. I mean, the start of the game wasn't what it needed to be. So I think we can definitely learn from that.
Thank you.
Thank you.